Hey guys, it's Dana and I'm back with another update of our renovation of our country home. Let me show you what we've done today. Okay, let's start here in the master bedroom. As you can see, we have done the first sand through of the floors. We also went along the edge of the trim and it's coming up rather nicely. I'm gonna kind of walk around so you can see. We still have a little bit of finish to come off of the floors, but we just did the first, the lower grit, which is a harder, coarser grit to get all of the finish. And we had a lot of this black film on it from when they had the carpet on here and it had deteriorated. So the floors are cleaning up really nicely, but as you can see, everything has gotten really dusty. So I'm gonna have to give this a really good dust. So as you guys can see, we have been getting really close to the trim, trying to clean up all of the leftover black foam that was on the floor from the layering of the carpet, and then also getting the finish off. And we've been using an industrial floor edge sander. And this is something that you can get at your local hardware store and actually rent. And so the sander, the drum sander that we're using, along with the sander here, are two items that you can actually rent at your local hardware store to create that hardwood finish. So in the closet here, you guys can see, this is where we're still needing to go over it again. This has taken off a lot of the black. I'm gonna call it crap because to me it was crap. And there's still some finish on here. So we used, this was 20 grit sandpaper and we still need to go over it again. And so we will be working on that tomorrow. But as you can see, we started to take the border or the wood pieces down in here to get the master closet ready. So progress has been made there. So here is the update of the living room, and we have gone around the edge of the room as well with the sander, and it cleaned up really, really nicely. We've just done the coarser sandpaper, so everything still needs a finer grit to soften up and get the pieces off of the floor. But as you guys can see, it is turning out really nicely. And then here in the guest bedroom, same thing. It worked really well along the edge. We are gonna put quarter round back down along the trim, so a little bit of it will be hidden, but I really think it's cleaning up really, really nicely. Here in the closet in the guest bedroom it turned out really well. So that's another floor making progress. So in the dining room, we got the rest of the quarter round out of the room. We got the rest of the drywall out. And we actually, my husband, who's amazing, came up with this beautiful transition piece so that it goes from the dining room floor into the kitchen. And so we have even created our own little air duct thing because we didn't want to. This is way classier, I think, than buying something at a store, and it's just so much smarter because you don't have a step up to walk over. So this is a return air vent, and so this just makes it a lot easier. So in the kitchen, we didn't do a lot today. We're just giving it another day to dry. Tomorrow, our plan is to start texturizing the walls. So we do not really need or want a smooth finish on the walls. So we're going to do kind of a texture effect on the walls, mainly because this side here is all gonna be cabinets and stove and microwave. We're gonna have a corner cabinet, upper and lower there, the sink, and then the refrigerator, and just a couple of open shelves around the window. So the only wall really that people will notice if you come to my house, is this wall here. So we kind of want to do kind of a feathered, textured, I don't know if you guys can see this, but our dining room ceiling kind of has that effect. So we're going to pull that into the ceiling here. And so that's kind of fun. So really excited about that. Okay, another tip for you guys if you're wondering how to do the edging on your hardwood floors. On our floors in the store on Main, we actually use orbital sanders. So we have a DeWalt here, shout out to DeWalt. We use those throughout the store, and it was super easy to go along the edge of the trim and get the finish up. We had to use that here in our house as well as this industrial edge sander. It's kind of a combination of the two. I prefer the orbital sander because honestly, I just feel like I have more control over it. The industrial is very powerful and you have to bend over. With an orbital, I can sit on the floor and actually just sand away. So you definitely, depending on how much finish is on the floor, you want to have as coarse of a piece of sandpaper as possible. Then you have to go back with a finer piece of paper to smooth everything out. But those are the things that we've used. So like in our store, we did not use anything besides an orbital sander to sand the edges, and it cleaned up just fine. But that was on pine wood, so it's probably gonna depend on the wood that you use. And then here, using it on oak, the industrial edge sander worked much better. I think our kitchen floors are actually gonna clean up the easiest just because they're pine boards, and they're just, we put the sander on there the other day and it cleaned up really well. So let's talk about finish. So a lot of you have been asking what kind of finish is gonna go on the floors, so I thought I would show you this evening the Minwax Complete One-Step Floor Finish that we have chosen for the floors in our home. We actually use this brand on the floors in our store at Fairfax, and if you've ever been in there, the hardwood floors are gorgeous. They're very rustic in style, but the color is amazing, and they've held up really, really well. So I know that there's mixed reviews, like if you go to Amazon, or I think you can get it at Menards. I think that's where we got ours. I will put a link to Amazon if you guys want to order some yourself through our affiliate link, but it's about the same price, I think, as Menards. There are several different colors. We love this though because it's the stain and the polyurethane. We think it's durable for our liking, and that's what we've chosen for here. I'm pretty sure Acorn Brown is the color we used in the store in Fairfax, but I would need to double check my notes. There's also one called Autumn Wheat, and then I go, what did we use, Autumn Wheat, or did we use Acorn Brown? But we're going with Acorn Brown here in our home. It's gonna warm up the floors. The doors are gonna be a lighter color and just give that rustic feel to it, I hope. That's my plan anyways. There's also two finishes. This one is the satin, but I think there's one more of a gloss as well. So you guys can check out the description in this video and you can find the link to how to order it. But we absolutely love it. It's simple, it's easy. I think we did 3 coats in our store at MDT. We'll probably do 2 to 3 coats here in our home, and I'm excited to see what it looks like. Okay friends, so that is your update for today. Tomorrow, more. So if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe and share with your friends, because we love hearing from you guys and what you think, and I love that some of your families are even watching. So shout out to all of you who've been following our journey. We are getting closer to the end, and I can't wait to continue to share the transformation with you. Have a wonderful night.